Hello guys, welcome back to the Debug Arena. This playlist is totally for beginners. Like I'm going to teach React Native from scratch by creating this demo application. If you haven't watched the demo of this demo application, then you can go and watch my previous video. In that, I have shown the working of whole application and what are the functionalities which we will be working on in this playlist. So towards the learning of the React Native, our first step will be to install React Native and Android Studio. So let's do that. For that, go to Chrome, search for React Native, create new app, click on the first link. You will be redirected to this page. Here we can find all the steps to install the React Native. I will scroll down. We can install the React Native in two ways. One is Expo and one is React Native CLI. You can use any of them. Both work same. I prefer React Native CLI, so I will scroll down. You can choose your OS and your target OS. So we are going to install it Windows and Android Studio. So I'm going to choose this. We can scroll down. Then we have to install this Node and JDK. For that, we have to install this chocolatey. So I can click here, open this link in the new tab, click on install. We can scroll a little bit down. Here you can find all the steps. So first, open the PowerShell. Make sure to run it as administrator. So I have opened it. Now you can see here run this command. And if we get restricted, we will run this new command, set execution policy all side. Let me just run this first command, get execution policy. And I am getting this remote side. If you get this restricted, you can run this command or this command. I am not getting restricted, so I will move on to this step. So I will copy this. Paste it in my PowerShell, hit enter, and it is installing it. Let's wait for it to complete the installation. Okay, after running this command, my Choco has been installed. To confirm that whether it is installed or not, we can run this command. I will copy this, open our PowerShell, run it as administrator, and paste it here. Press enter, and you can see it has been installed. Okay, now move to the next step. Now we will copy this command, open our CMD and run it as administrator. Here paste that command and click enter. It will start downloading Nodejs and OpenJdk11. So my Nodejs is already installed, so it is installing OpenJdk11. So let's wait for that, and it is done. Now let's move to the next step. So here we have to install the Android Studio. So I will open this link. And I will click on here. Download, and then I will accept the agreement, and yeah. It will start installing it. Let's wait for it to install. Okay, Android Studio is downloaded. Let's install it. Now click on next. Again click on next. Next. Yes. And click on install. Now click on next and click on finish. Okay, so you will see this type of interface. Now click on more action. Click on this SDK manager. Here we have to install some packages. So I will come here. I will scroll this down. I will choose this Android 11. I will go to SDK tools. Here we are going to install this Intel X emulator accelerator, Android SDK command lines, and this Android SDK platform tools. Now click on OK. OK. And it will try to install all that. Then we have to create this emulator. So we can give this to 3.7 GB RAM. Click on next. Is up to date. No worry. I can click on finish. And I can click on finish. It is done. Now click on more action. Go to virtual device manager. Here we will create a new device. So we have to click on create device. We can choose any device, but it is recommended to choose a device who have Play Store. So we can scroll down. Go to 3A. Click on next. Here we can choose the API level. I recommend choosing this R. You can go and download it. I have already downloaded it. Now click on next and then click on finish. So it will create your virtual device. So this step is also done. Like you can see, we have added Android SDK. We have also downloaded SDK platform. We have also set up our Android virtual device. Now let's scroll down. This step is also done. We have also downloaded this Intel X Atom 64 system image. Now we will scroll down and we have to set this variable. So we can go to environment variables. You can search for environment variable. This will open. Click on this environment variable and try to add this variable. So you can click on new and then you can give variable name as Android home and this is your location. See user, your username, app data, local, Android and SDK. After that, click on OK. This step is also done. Now we can scroll down and we can run this command. So let's go to command prompt. Before running that command, we have to run this command npm install g react native CLI. Now we will go to the location where we have to create our application. Now let's copy this command. Go to the location where you have to create your application. Open CMD there and paste that command and hit enter. Okay, so the installation is done. So let's navigate to that folder. Open CMD there and now to run the project we have to write here React Native run Android. Now it will try to open our emulator. So you can see here, we have successfully installed React Native and also created our first React app and run it inside the Android virtual device. One thing you can notice here, I have run this command React Native run Android inside our project. So what this will do, it will run our Android application. Also, it will open the AVD manager and it will install the app. But this is not the actual running of the app. The actual running of the app is happening inside this node window. So you can see here, this is the actual running of our application. Like if I console anything inside our application, it will be shown inside this node window. So if I close this CMD window, then our application will still run. But if I close this node window, then whatever changes we will make, it will not be reflected in our application. So keep that in mind. Also, it is not necessary for you to run your Android application inside this Android virtual device. Like everybody doesn't have that kind of laptop. So for that, what you can do, you can run your Android application inside the real device. So I have already created video on this. In that, I have shown you that how you can run your Android application inside the real device, wired or wirelessly. So you can go and check out that. That's it for this video. From the next video, I'm going to start the React Native from scratch. So stay tuned for that. Thank you.